Hello, I'm Jerry Ford. I'm gonna do coffee review. I've been doing these Two Rivers coffee flavors that my wife got me a couple months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. I just been randomly picking out of them. They've been okay, but so many of them, you get the aroma of what they say that the flavor is, but you just don't get it on the taste, which it's the coffees are not sweetened until you sweeten them. But I always look for like a uniqueness at least in them. These have been most of these have been pretty much the basic taste. All of them have been tasted the same, like it's all the same coffee, but just with a different name. So I'm a little disappointed with them. They've been drinkable. I've been drinking them. They're just nothing. They're just lacking a wow factor for me. So let's just see what we get here on the next one. Brooklyn Bean Roastery. Vanilla Skyline. Vanilla flavored coffee. Okay. They don't say Two Rivers Coffee Company on here, which is kind of weird because it was kind of tricking me because I thought that these were like different coffee companies, but because of the way they word them, that sounds like their own roastery, their own coffee company, Brooklyn Bean Roastery. But I guess they're making these things up. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. So anyway, let's get this one going. I looked online. I looked them up, and they've got a huge. It looks like a big facility where they're making the coffees, and they got a big crew there. I guess they're doing good. The company's doing good, so I'm happy for them. Just, I don't know. They just seems to be a mediocre coffee. I don't know. And most of these have been light roast. Looks like we're a little over halfway through this month. Looking at my desk calendar. Like we're gonna warm up to 40 some degrees today. It's been like it hasn't got much over 10 degrees during the day. 10 to 15 degrees, somewhere around there, but it's been really cold. Nice vanilla aroma. It goes good with the coffee aroma that I'm getting. Vanilla Skyline. Set this over here. Yeah, here, look at another light roast. The light roasts look like brewed tea. You know, they just... It's got a nice vanilla aroma. And you get the coffee aroma a little bit. So, okay. Let's see what we get here. Light roast, very light roasty bitterness. Light nuttiness. There's a little bit of something in there. Looking at my little cheat sheet here that I made a long time ago. Vanilla is one of the flavor notes. Now these are notes that I guess the big coffee connoisseurs would get just out of regular tasting coffee. You know, that's when I saw this, I'm like, when I was writing all these down, I'm like, what kind of coffee are these people tasting that they get a chocolatiness from a coffee? Honey from a coffee, brown sugar from a coffee, milk chocolate, caramel. You know? What kind of palates do these people have? I've had some really good, like strong dark coffees where they have a nice, a nice big flavors before I add any of my stuff to it. And I have gotten like a mocha kind of a flavor note. I have gotten a chocolate note from coffees before too, but they're very rare for me. They're just big flavored, darker coffees is where I'm getting it from. But this is a basic flavor note list. That's kind of baffling. There is something else in there. There is a light uniqueness to this one, which I've been looking for. I've been looking for that to happen. It almost, I can almost get vanilla, just a little bit. So it makes me wonder, did they specialize this one somehow? Did they infuse a little bit of something in there to get that little bit of a note? So does that mean that if I start adding my stuff to it, am I gonna get vanilla? My only sweet creamer I have here now is the cinnamon French toast, which you might be able to get. Let's see. It has sugar in it, of course. Natural and artificial flavors. Maybe vanilla is in there. Just isn't listing it. So we'll see. Let's try a regular creamer first, and let's just see if it doesn't bring forth something. I didn't bring my heavy cream. I just opened a heavy cream yesterday morning, but had my hands full carrying a bunch of other stuff to work, so it didn't really get it. And I went and left my lunch, my little cooler at work last Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're at Wednesday. And what I left in my cooler was leftover chicken. And it was stinking pretty bad. I didn't even have any of my little ice blocks. They didn't have no room in it when I took it Friday morning. So I just left the ice blocks out of it because it was really cold outside anyway. And what I had in there, it wasn't going to stay in there. I was going to put it in my little refrigerator, eat it for lunch, eat what I could of it for lunch, and bring the rest home. Well, I got my cooler ready to take home Friday afternoon, but then I just forgot it. I mean, it was right there in plain sight. So irritating. I'm looking around for it. I'm putting all my stuff away when I get home, and I'm like, where is my cooler? I'm looking all over for it because I couldn't even fathom that I would have forgot it. Okay, so there's with a little bit of a teaspoon of regular creamer. It changed it up a little bit more. I got that same note that I was getting, that weird kind of a little bit unique note. It's heightened it up a little bit more, made it more nuttiness, maybe just a little bit more of a vanilla, but then there's a lactose added in there. This is okay. It made it a little bit better, you know. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh man. Excuse me. This one might have potential. Let me just add a little bit of this to it. Just a little bit. So, are you K-Cup users? Do you use the little pods like these things? Have you ever okay, but there's more vanilla there, so there's a little cinnamon. This is cinnamon French toast. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to taste like, I guess. There's the vanilla. So paired with their coffee, this is what it's supposed to taste like. More to me. So anyway, have you, those of you that are coffee pod users, have you ever taken one of these things after you've used it and cut it open just to see inside there? The process that these little machines do, at least mine's not an expensive one, is a pretty quick process. It just shoots it's got the holes punctured. It shoots a stream of water through the holes that it's punctured, right? So it barely has time to mix with the rest of the coffee that's in the pods. I don't want to risk turning this thing off. Let me get a hold of it. Excuse all this craziness. Okay, so there's the inside of it. Okay, whoops. Some of it already came out easy. It just kind of flipped right out of there. Why is that? Because it's still dry. Why is it still dry? Well, because it didn't have time to, the water didn't have time to soak it up to shoot it out. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a lot of this up here is, I mean, it's damp, but there's still a lot of flavor left in that. I just think it's kind of a waste. You know, it's like you could probably use another one, one of these again, use them twice. Maybe not, because the stream is going through the same area, so I don't know if it would really do that or not, but it just seems like, I mean, it's not completely dry, it's damp, but I don't think you're getting as much flavor out of a pod as what you should be getting. I don't know how else they could do it, because it can't, if it stays in there too long, it's going to overflow. It needs to go through, but it's just, I don't know. With all the technology they have these days, I think they'd figure out a better way for you to get your money's worth out of a coffee pod, you know? Okay, so my 1 to 5 rating on this one, it had a uniqueness, so I'm going to give it a 1 there. At least it wasn't just the basic coffee flavor that I've been getting. So and the name of it eventually kind of fit what it was called, what it was. Vanilla is there a little bit, at least, surprisingly, in the taste. Before I added anything, you got a little bit of a note of the vanilla. It wasn't huge, but it was there. So and then after I added stuff, it had a little bit more of a heightened vanilla flavor. So I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to give this one a 3. I mean, a lot of them have only gotten like a 1, 2. There's been maybe some 3s, but so yeah, I'll give it a 3. This is a decent one, and it's a light roast. Hate that. A little bit more darker ones would have a little bit more flavor to them, but okay, well, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Apologize for it being a little bit longer, a longer video, because I've been chatting with you, which is, if you're familiar with my channel, I do that a lot. So, all right, I'm back to work after a little bit longer weekend. Closed the college down because of extreme cold temperatures. Had the students do remote classes or whatever. So when it's cold enough for them to close college down, that's pretty cold. So when they do that, I don't come to work either. So the temperatures were at times negative, and they were saying on the news that if your skin is exposed to those temperatures for, what did they say, 10-15 minutes, you could get frostbite. That's pretty bad. I mean, you can't totally cover your face. You know, there's going to be some areas that the temperatures are going to be able to get, you know, reach. So makes it too dangerous. So anyway, I'll end it there. I don't want to go 30 minutes on just one little coffee review. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. That was Two Rivers Coffee, Brooklyn Bean Roastery, Vanilla Skyline, Vanilla Flavored Coffee. There you go. All right, we'll see you all on the next one. Bye.